Welcome back to my YouTube channel Coins, where today we will dive deep into the long, detailed, professional history of the 2 Piso 1985 coin from the Philippines. This is going to be a rich exploration covering the coin's origin, design, production, mintage, historical context, economic background, cultural significance, collector interest, global numismatic context, and so much more. So let us begin this journey by looking at the broader economic and political background of the Philippines in the 1980s during the presidency of Ferdinand Marcos, who ruled under martial law until 1981 and continued in power until 1986. The country was undergoing significant political tensions, social unrest, and economic challenges, marked by a declining peso inflation and rising external debt. The Central Bank of the Philippines sought to modernize and update the currency system, reflecting national pride and practical changes in the monetary system, and part of this effort was the introduction of the 2 Piso banknote, which was costly to produce and less durable compared to coins. The 1985 2 Piso coin became part of this series, continuing the movement towards coins in higher denominations. Now let us explore the design aspects. The obverse of the 1985 2 Piso coin features the portrait of Andres Bonifacio, the Filipino nationalist and revolutionary leader who is considered the father of the Philippine Revolution against Spanish colonial rule. His image symbolizes bravery and national identity. Surrounding his portrait are the inscriptions Republika ng Pilipinas and the denomination 2 Piso, along with the mint year 1985. This design was meant to inspire national pride and connect everyday Filipinos to their revolutionary history. The reverse side features the official seal of the Central Bank of the Philippines, known locally as Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, with stylized elements representing the country's economic aspirations. This seal not only reflects the authority behind the currency, but also connects the user to the larger financial system governing the country. Now focusing on mintage and production, the 1985 2 Piso coin was minted primarily in copper-nickel, giving it a silvery appearance and a resilient composition. The production techniques employed were influenced by global minting standards, aiming for durability and clarity in design. The mintage numbers for the 1985 issue were moderate, making it a relatively common coin at the time, but over the decades, the number of surviving coins in high grade has diminished due to circulation wear, making well-preserved pieces increasingly interesting to collectors moving into historical significance. The second Piso coin marked a transitional period in Philippine currency, where coinage began to play a bigger role in daily transactions, replacing lower-value banknotes. It reflected not only practical economic policy, but also symbolic representation of national heroes and cultural heritage. Andres Bonifacio's presence on the coin was not accidental. It was a deliberate choice to remind Filipinos of their revolutionary past, at a time when the country was facing its own political struggles and approaching the end of the Marcos era. The 1980s in the Philippines were marked by widespread protests and the famous People Power Revolution of 1986, which would eventually topple the Marcos regime and restore democracy, making the coins from this era particularly rich in historical context. When we shift to the global numismatic perspective, the 2 Piso 1985 coin occupies an interesting space. It reflects trends in world coinage during the late 20th century, when many countries were moving towards larger denominations in coin form as paper currency became more expensive to maintain. This was not unique to the Philippines, but was seen globally from Europe to Asia to the Americas in terms of collector interest. The 1985 2 Piso coin has become increasingly sought after, especially in uncirculated or proof condition. The grading of such coins is important, with collectors looking for details like sharp strike, clean surfaces, and minimal wear. Coins graded by reputable agencies like NGC or PCGS can command premium prices depending on their condition and rarity. Although the 1985 issue is not the rarest year in the series, it holds historical importance and symbolic weight that makes it a desirable addition to any Philippine coin collection. Now turning to cultural meaning, we must recognize that currency is more than just a medium of exchange. It is a carrier of national stories, values, and aspirations. The image of Andres Bonifacio on the second Piso coin serves as a daily reminder to Filipinos of their hard-fought independence and revolutionary spirit. It places Bonifacio alongside other national heroes like José Rizal and Emilio Aguinaldo, who appear on other denominations, creating a visual tapestry of the nation's past every time a Filipino handled a 2-Piso coin in 1985. They were engaging with a piece of their history and identity, moving on to the technical specifications. The coin has a diameter of approximately 27 millimeters, a weight of about 8.5 grams, and a reeded edge. Its composition of copper-nickel gives it resilience in circulation, allowing it to withstand the daily wear and tear of commerce. The choice of materials was a balance between cost durability and aesthetic appeal, as the central bank sought to create a coin that was both functional and representative of national values. Let us now dive deeper into the events of 1985 to understand the context in which this coin circulated. The mid-1980s in the Philippines were a time of intense political activism, economic hardship and social transformation. International debt pressures, falling commodity prices, and internal corruption were straining the economy at the same time. Political opposition was growing, emboldened by the assassination of opposition leader Benigno Aquino Jr. in 1983. Leading to widespread protests that set the stage for the People Power Revolution. The coins circulating at this time, including the 2-Piso, were part of the economic landscape, helping to facilitate trade at markets, pay for transportation, cover daily expenses, and serve as a reminder of the state's authority in monetary matters over time as the central bank updated the coinage system and inflation continued to affect purchasing power. The 2-Piso coin gradually faded from regular use, eventually being replaced by newer designs and higher denominations. However, its legacy remains significant both as a historical artifact and as a symbol of a specific moment in Philippine history when the nation stood on the cusp of political change. Let us not overlook the artistic elements of the coin, which reflect the engraver's skill, the mint's capabilities, and the national iconography chosen for the era. The portrait of Bonifacio is carefully crafted to convey strength, determination, and heroism, while the lettering and insignia maintain clarity and balance. The choice of fonts, the arrangement of elements, and the proportional design all demonstrate a sophisticated understanding of both artistic and practical demands in coin production. When we look at comparative examples from other countries, we see that the Philippines was part of a broader trend in the 1980s to use coinage as a vehicle for national messaging. Many nations redesigned their coins during this period to feature important historical figures, cultural symbols, or national achievements, reflecting a desire to reinforce identity in a rapidly globalizing world. For numismatists today, the second Piso 1985 coin offers a fascinating window into this era, providing insights into not only the Philippines but also the broader dynamics of currency design, production, and circulation at the end of the 20th century. We can also explore how these coins are valued today in numismatic markets, with factors like condition rarity, historical importance, and collector demand, shaping their prices. Auctions online, marketplaces, and collector forums often feature discussions about the 2-Piso series, with special attention given to high-grade examples, varieties, or mint errors that can dramatically increase a coin's value and appeal. Finally, let us reflect on the enduring legacy of the 2-Piso 1985 coin as more than just a piece of metal, but as a compact artifact of history, economy, art, and national identity. It tells the story of a country navigating economic and provides future generations with a tangible link to their national journey, whether held by a collector, studied by a historian, or remembered by someone who used it in daily life. The 1985 2-piso coin remains an enduring symbol of the Philippines' resilience, pride, and ongoing story. So as we continue to explore coins like this one, we uncover not just their material details, but also the deep currents of meaning, history, and human experience they carry forward across time.